Are prescription drugs about to get more expensive? That's the question some are asking after President Trump doubled down on his plan for tariffs on pharmaceuticals, reiterating his promise Tuesday at a House Republican fundraising gala.
We're going to tariff our pharmaceuticals, and once we do that, they're going to come rushing back into our country because we're the big market. The advantage we have over everybody is that we're the big market. So we're going to be announcing very shortly a major tariff on pharmaceuticals.
While the president did not say how high the tariff would be, earlier this year he mentioned he would impose at least a 25% levy on pharmaceutical drugs. President Trump already introduced a sweeping 10% tariff on all imports into the U.S. last week, while his new reciprocal tariffs include a 104% duty on goods arriving from China. So far, the pharmaceutical industry has been spared, but Drugmaker stocks around the world dropped Wednesday morning following Donald Trump's remarks. According to pre-market trading numbers reported by NBC News, shares of major U.S. drug makers, including Pfizer, Merck, and Eli Lilly, fell between 2% and 4%. In Europe, several healthcare stocks fell 5%, their lowest since October 2022. Currently, a large portion of drugs are produced outside the U.S., with China, India, and Europe serving as major contributors to the supply chain. Now, experts are warning tariffs on pharmaceuticals could result in shortages and higher prices for some drugs. According to a report from Forbes, generic drug manufacturers could see the biggest hit, accounting for about 90% of all prescriptions in the United States. Around 47% of all generic medications prescribed in the U.S. are made in India, which currently has a 26% tariff. Forbes says drugs like common heart medications cost less than $1 per pill, and if hit with a tariff, manufacturers might reconsider the value of making them, ultimately hurting consumers who rely on those low-cost alternatives. Mark Cuban, co-founder of Cost Plus Drug Company, which manufactures and sells generic drugs, told Forbes that higher costs due to tariffs would be passed on to patients, saying, quote, "With only a 15% markup, we can't absorb any additional costs." Name brand medications are also likely to be significantly affected, with cancer immunotherapy drug Keytruda and weight loss medication Wegovy being manufactured in Europe, which currently faces a 20% tariff. Meaning if a patient's insurance does not cover Wegovy, that could lead to an extra $100 a month for them if the manufacturer passed on the entire tariff costs. Tariffs on pharmaceuticals would go against a 1995 duty-free agreement that the U.S. signed under the World Trade Organization. For years, most countries, including the U.S., imposed few or no tariffs on drugs, aiming to keep drug costs affordable. For all the latest headlines, download the Straight Arrow News app or go to SAN.com.